Are you searching for personal development, motivation, self-help, success? Jim Rohn. Well, you've come to the right place. Hang on.
Welcome to the Expect Success Podcast, a presentation of GeorgeBollock.com with your host, George Bollock. This podcast is for all things personal development. Don't expect success, prepare for it. Please welcome your host, George Bollock.
Welcome to Expect Success at GeorgeBollock.com. Now, in addition to listening to our podcast, you could also view the video format on YouTube at GeorgeTube.com. Now, I've listened and lived by this Jim Rohn philosophy for over 30 years now. Jim is one of my all-time favorite personal development coaches. He may be one of yours as well. Anyway, in today's episode, Jim specifically talks about personal development and the keys to success. Here's Jim.
So what are the keys to living a good life? Here's number one, productivity. You really won't be happy if you don't produce. 6/7 of our life was to be devoted to labor and work, to produce a work of art, to produce a crop of corn, to produce a good family, to produce an enterprise. That's the essence of life in its best form. First is to be a producer. Here's what all of us have the miracle, and it's almost godlike in its potential, the ability to recreate. Only God can create the seed, the soil, the sunshine, the rain, the seasons, the miracle of life. But here's what humans can do: recreate those components into a harvest. By planting the seed, carefully taking care of it in the summer, reaping the rewards in the harvest. We call that recreation. We can't make a tree, but we can use the tree for wood to build a house, shelter for our family. It's called recreation. It's godlike in terms of potential. To recreate, to take your hours and your energy and your life and a bit of skill and create. Actually recreate a career, a future, possibilities, fortune. Recreate. The key is to use it. And you won't be happy if you aren't really extending yourself. Because here's really the goal of the human adventure: the full development of all your potential. That's the goal, the full development of all your potential. Why not see how far you can go, how much you can earn, how much you can share, how much you can give? Why not see what all you could be, what you could become?
That's awesome. Now, for more from Jim Rohn, simply search YouTube and be sure to go to his website, JimRohn.com. His book, and if you're looking for something you can listen to while on the go, I highly recommend The Power of Ambition. It's available at his website and or Amazon.com. And I'll be sure to leave a link in the show notes. And remember, as the late great Jim Rohn himself used to say, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Today you've been hanging out with Jim Rohn. Keep up the momentum. Subscribe to our newsletter so you never miss another episode. We'll catch you on the next show, and thanks a million for listening. See ya.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Expect Success Podcast with your host, George Bollock. If you enjoyed today's podcast, please rate, subscribe, and review. And find more great content online at GeorgeBollock.com and on Facebook and Twitter at George Bollock. We'll catch you next time. And remember, don't just expect success, prepare for it.